first game of kindergarten is about you playing as this kid that doesn't have a name. I mean, all the games are about him, not about him, but you play as him. You go to kindergarten, it is Monday. Monday starts off pretty normal. If you bring more than $2.50, then Bugs will beat you up for it. There's an option in the game to tell the teacher that, and if you do the teacher's mission, you just have to kill everyone other than yourself, and then you get her special item, which is a pass, just like a lunch pass. Just stay in for lunch in her room and eat a McDonald's kids meal for some reason. Uh, and with these special items, you normally get them for completing missions. Uh, and normally these missions are pretty fun and pretty hard. You have to actually have to use your brain. Uh, you could do Cindy's mission, and Cindy's is where you have to be her boyfriend and and you have to do whatever she says. When you do whatever she says, you gotta put gum in Lily's hair. You gotta, uh, then you gotta pour blood on Lily, and then you get her flower if you do it for show and tell. And that item would be good for Nugget's mission. Uh, Next one would be Jerome. Jerome's mission is just to get his laser pointer back, and he'll give you a key mold, which you can then use for Monty's mission, where you need to get $20 to pay him so he will make the mold into a key. And then you can do Nugget's mission. Nugget's mission is when you have to befriend him, and then you'll get a certificate. Not a certificate, but you get this note made by Billy, Lily's sister, who's not Billy. Billy is Lily's brother, who went missing after he was, quote, expelled by the principal. But it's then revealed that the principal it didn't actually expel him. Billy is underground under the school in a lab being experimented on by the principal. And Lily knows something happened to Billy, but we don't know yet, nor does she. All you have to do is do her mission. You have to have 3 items, which is the key, the phone from Bug's mission, which is just by killing the teacher, and you have to have the certificate or the note made by Billy. There's also, I think that's it for the game. It's just kind of you play these characters, and then you gotta do the missions, and you gotta do the things. Now for the second game, I'll do in the next voice message. Kindergarten 2 is pretty much a similar premise. I haven't played through it yet, and I kind of forget some aspects, but it pretty much goes through the similar process. You play as Kid. Every character from the last game is in this one, because of course they are. There's also new characters introduced, any new principal. As I forgot to mention, the principal in the last game exploded, and his head kind of popped off because, of course, it did. And now you have the new principal. I forget her name, but let's call her Miss Blondie Prancy Pants, because I don't like her. Now, Blondie Prancy Pants is the principal. She's also, from what I think, is also partially a teacher. The next teacher, Dr. Denner, is the science teacher who will do certain things so that who does certain experiments, but if you can actually change the list so that he will do other experiments, which then can be used in a mission to take down Penny, a robot character that was, well, mauled to death by a monster, and almost mauled to death by a monster, and was then repaired by turning into a half robot, half 5-year-old kindergartner named Penny, and she's unsettling to say the least. She pretty much exists to be the goody two shoes person in the game. And the teacher is doing and the principal is doing a very similar thing to the last game, taking kids, experimenting them, and turning them into monsters. Although it's pretty much the same game turned back, but there's also new characters. The janitor, who I didn't mention in the last voice message, is back, and so do you get you also get a few new staff members as aka the Bob the janitor. You also get a new hall monitor and teachers. The lunch monitor, not lunch monitor, yeah, the lunch lady is like some degenerate schizophrenic that's like the principal's sister that was only taken in because she was like homeless and needed a family or something. That's not really brought up again in the game, but I just thought that was kind of funny. You just gotta do these certain missions to get those special items and do it again. The third game is pretty, well, simplistic. Some people would say it's probably the worst out of the entire uh, um franchise, but I don't really care because I like all forms of kindergarten. Any forms of this game is good. Good kindergarten equal good. And in this game, you play as the same kid. Art style's improved a lot since the first two games, and within this one, you can do several missions with new characters. Although not every character from the last couple of games are here. A few of them are, like, Monty and Nugget and Cindy, but the rest are from the other games, which there was Carola, who does a mission where you have to unlock all the vents, which you get her special item, which just means that all the vents are unlocked now. And then there's, um, and then there's a Felix, which is a rich brother who just kinda, like, killed his brother because he was jealous or something. That happens because that's what you do if you're jealous of your rich brother, who's also rich along with you. That's what you do, guys. You commit manslaughter on purpose, which is just murder, but other than that, he's back here, and he was supposed to go to some fancy rich school, but decided not to. The teacher, Miss Lovelet, loves to rhyme and loves plays. You have to do her mission, which is just to, well, rhyme not rhyme. You have to do a poem. You have to do these school plays which revolve around getting killed for some reason. I mean, literally at some points, Nugget has to be Little Red Riding Hood, and he literally just kills the teacher, Miss Jigglytits, for some reason. I don't know if that was a part of the plan, but it's funny nonetheless. Um, there's also this kid, I forget the name, I think it's, forget his name, let's just call him Alligator Kid. Alligator Kid, really likes Linda, aka the alligator, and the janitor absolutely fucking hates this alligator for betraying him in the First World War, apparently. And so you have to do this mission and stuff. But again, with the underground labs, you gotta go underground and save Kevin for some reason, because we care about Kevin, because Alice said we had to. That's kind of it. You save Kevin from being a monster by reverting him back, and then you got to do this sick battle underground of killing the janitor slash principal guy, and when you kill him, you just are shown falling in the end credits, with every character just falling with you. To remind you, they're all like 5 years old doing this stuff, by the way.